The following program was paid for by Southern American Media.
Fox 30 welcomes you to Meridian's favorite TV personalities and three-time CMA nominees for Broadcast Personality of the Year. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie as we begin yet another morning.
Man, here we are. It's Tuesday already. Yesterday went by so fast, and it wasn't just a normal 1 hour speedy show. It was booming over.
It was.
Join us every morning for a fast and funny show.
Chuck Luke joining us from Scuba Tech. Salute from Scuba, Mississippi. Hope everything is well there. We also have some folks from Causeville. Dorothy, how are you?
Yeah, Dorothy, don't be alarmed if you hear a big jet engine sound and possibly a smell of some natural gas. They're doing maintenance on the line out that way, and it is going to be fine. There's no alarm, no emergency, no nothing. It is maintenance, so everything is good.
Now, that also includes Gene Carr Road and a few other places.
Like a half a mile from that intersection, and that y'all live out there, y'all know that pipeline. It's about 1,000 feet off the roadway that this valve is actually at. But I'm sure y'all know where it's at, so do not be alarmed.
Yeah, it's still going to alarm people.
It's still going
to.
It's another one of them there pucker factors.
Yeah, it'd scare you there. You go, oof, what was that?
Yeah, it will.
Good morning to Mike Stewart joining us from Orange Park, Florida.
Yeah, we've got a couple from the Okeechobee area and now Orange Park. So, man, that is great. We love it.
Karen asked, how's my wife doing? She's doing a whole lot better. And for those who weren't watching yesterday, she had a fall this weekend and hit her head, and she had a brain bleed and was rushed to the hospital, and she's doing 100% better. All bleeding has stopped, and she's back to being mean to me again.
You can tell she's okay.
That's when I knew it was great.
Scotty Ray.
Shit, what was it?
Yeah, she's all right.
What was it? I got blamed for where my daughter parked her car. I took it. Woman had a head injury, so I guess it was my fault.
The head injury?
Yeah. Everything's your fault. You know that when you're married,
exactly
it just
right.
automatically is your fault. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Ellie joins us this morning. She's happy. You can't see on screen, but Sophie is also in the studio joining us today.
She's down there, poor thing. Nobody talks to her. I'm the only one that talks to her.
Yes, you heard Odie's been having conversations this morning. Let's get into one of the biggest situations. Let's start out with a good thing. Let's look at this right here. It happened last night. Ms. Holly Brand has progressed to the finals. Can you believe that?
She is in the live shows. So now when we see her, this is no longer going to be a recorded event. Now she doesn't even know what's going on. This is going to be live, which means each and every one of you are going to have to get your computer. And when they give you that code, you're going to have to text it or go online or something. But did she not wow us last night?
Yeah, she broke out with a Joe D. Messina song, Bring on the Rain.
Man.
You know, I hadn't thought of Joe D. in quite some time. Sweet woman, great song, and Holly did a magnificent job with it last night. Do you get the feeling Blake is there something there? He never goes above and beyond giving a great compliment.
On everybody, but on her, he's kind of, I think, one, he's upset that he didn't turn.
You think that's it?
Two, I kind of think that was written in.
And that could be. It could be for a little bit of controversy since we're talking about it.
And he didn't want it. Being his last show, this is the last time you're going to see me. I'm tired of that.
It's got old, hasn't it?
Yeah, it is. But here's something that's scary. Every one of them people on there can sing.
They can.
Man, this is going to be a tough season. So she's got to have our vote. So let's pull together. We need another Meridian night.
Yes, we do. All the way from Philadelphia, we say good morning to Bonnie and Pete join us. The Cooks. Good morning, y'all.
Yeah, look there.
Miss Jackie joining us from Union. Woo, boy.
Charlene from school.
Charlene.
Well, she's teaching. She's not going.
Oh, okay. Just making sure there.
Yeah. They kicked her out.
As we move into a different subject yesterday, let me pull this up, and we're going to read this word for word of what was released to us. We got word yesterday that an incident happened at Jeff Anderson Regional Medical Center. And this is what went down yesterday as we read this. At 10:30 a.m., a female contract employee brandished a handgun in a remote, non-public area of Anderson Regional Medical Center. The firearm was not discharged, and no one was harmed. The individual exited the building within seconds of the action. Anderson security officers secured the entire campus immediately in order to prevent re-entry. The Meridian Police Department was called. Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department was also on the site to further maintain the security of the facility. Although this was an isolated incident, the entire Anderson campus, as well as adjacent buildings and clinics, were under lockdown out of abundance of caution. Neighboring businesses were notified that could be respond accordingly. The safety of our patients, visitors, and employees of the utmost importance. As we look at this was a statement that was put out from Anderson's hospital. And the best we can understand that, someone, I guess to put it in layman's terms, got upset and pulled a handgun and waved it a couple of times there. That was in the cafeteria, from what we understand, and then left the building walking down 15th Street. To my knowledge, she has not been arrested yet, but they're on high alert. Should anything happen, should she come back? Now, again, something could have happened in the overnight hours. We haven't heard from the Meridian Police Department if an arrest has been made on that. But they know who it is, and an arrest will be made if it hasn't already been made.
And kudos to MPD, also dispatch. They got the call. They were on the ball. They got with MPD, and they were pretty much Johnny on the spot, getting there, making sure that everything was as secure as can be. Anderson's security immediately started closing doors. But MPD, dispatch, man, appreciate it. Y'all were right there and getting everything started.
And a big kudos for Anderson for releasing a statement and not
hiding it.
Right. I do appreciate. So many times I cannot tell y'all if when something happens and I know what went on, you'll get a release or you won't get an answer at all from someone and they'll just ignore it. We do appreciate Anderson being forthcoming and telling how it was of what went on. We appreciate the honesty of everything that went on there. Again, all is safe, and this person should be taken into custody for doing that before long. You know, the next incident that we talked about that happened in Scooba, Mississippi, on late Sunday afternoon was a shooting that went on there at the Dollar General, which began, it was on foot, shots fired, somewhere around 9 to 15 shots. Could be more, could be less. Shell casings all over. They have made an arrest as we look at this. This was booked into the Kemper County Jail from Noxubee County. This is going to be Lacurius Brown. Did I pronounce that right?
That looks good. Sounds good.
He's been taken into custody in relation to this. Now, there could be more arrests with this as this comes closer. We'll watch it, and if we get more information on this, we'll pass it along to you. Yeah. No one was hurt. He was injured, but no innocent bystanders, by the grace of God, was hit during any of that.
I think we had one car that took a bullet.
Yep.
But other than that, and that was across the street. And it's important to learn how to shoot and be accurate.
Boy,
too many people getting hit that has no income with this.
They just fire off.
Fight or whatever else, and they're the ones that's getting hit. And, so if you're going to fire a weapon, know how to use it, know how to aim.
People, it's just gotten out of hand, and I don't know what the answer is anymore. I truly do not. We have a younger generation that's how they settle things now. And other generations, that's never been done that way. It is maybe a fist fight, but now they jump to using extreme measures to settle things. And that is unsettling itself.
Well, and here's your controversy that I'm going to start, but that's okay. I think a lot of it's video games.
I agree with that.
Go around shooting all these people up because that's what they do, and you just hit a reset button. Well, this is life, and you don't get a reset button.
No, you do not.
You do something bad, you can get a restart on your life as far as starting over from what you have done. But as far as resetting a life after they're dead,
it's gone.
It's gone. You can't do that.
Some people do have a problem understanding reality from fiction, and it's a sad day.
It really is when that just your mind cannot function between the two of what's reality, what's a game.
You're right. I agree with Odie on this one, 100% on that. He got my backing on that. We've got more coming up of the events that went on over the last 24 hours. Y'all don't rush off. We've got more to tell you as we begin your day right here with Scotty Ray and Odie. Dr. John Line and Dr. Jennifer Dooley have expanded their services when Dr. Cook retired last year. Advanced Vision Center is located on the 5th floor of Anderson's Medical Tower. Now, they bring experience in the most advanced technology to the Meridian area, whether it's your first off that exam. And all of your text messages are blurry now. Advanced Vision Center knows how important your eyes are to you. After all, they are your windows to the world. Call today for an appointment. 601-553-2100.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
I'm Chris Bullock, and I'm a candidate for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor. As a former Meridian Police Department cadet and Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office Ranger, public safety will always be a top priority. As supervisor, I'll stand with our brave law enforcement officers and promote law and order. I'll approve funding for necessary personnel, training, and equipment to ensure professional service and safer community. I ask for your prayers, and I ask for your support.
Paid Political by friends of Chris Bullock. And we say good morning to Cheyenne joining us this morning.
Yeah, moved from
Sacramento.
Nevada and Sacramento, California. I don't blame you there.
Welcome. So many people joining us and tuning in from, where's that in Alabama there? I saw in Alabama somewhere. No, that's just I can't read. That was y'all.
We got,
I mean, that can
we
be
got some
confused
people
with,
from Alabama.
Yeah.
So,
welcome, so many of you, and we appreciate y'all so much. Again, today's going to be nice, 68, 20% chance of showers late in the afternoon, Odie, right around after 2 o'clock. Small chance there.
Yeah.
Chances increase tomorrow, but by the weekend, it should be kind of clearing out. We should be able to do whatever we want over the weekend. But rain in the forecast all the way through Friday, just so if you're trying to cut your grass, you'll know that you can't.
Well, we're getting in that time of the year that we have them little pop-up showers and not going to last long, create some steam.
Yeah.
But
and then
we got Bob McNeese from Macon, Georgia, checking in on us.
Macon, Georgia. I've been through there once. Macon was a beautiful town. We did have a little gunfire yesterday. Let's go to the map and pull this up where you'll see this in the Meridian area. This was on 19th Avenue. Right around here is where you would find that. 21st Street, 19th Avenue. No one hurt, no one injured, but there was gunfire. Now, over the last 2 to 3 weeks, we have had crime, but not as bad as I would think. So it's a ray of sunshine or hope that things are good for a while. Yeah.
We'd rather not talk about gunfire.
Yeah, absolutely. Right down from the hospital yesterday on 14th Street by Imperial Cleaners, we had another one of those fender benders, Odie. They just seem to happen. Whoa, wait a minute, the light pole jumped out in front of me.
That pole looks shorter than the rest of them.
It does. It is now. That's a real common occurrence. You can, I don't know how this accident happened, but you can look off and next thing you know, boom.
There you are. You center that dude, and you're lucky that pole gave, because some of the poles that they put up, they don't give none.
No, they don't. Let me go back over here. I loaded this just a little bit ago, and I wanted to show this. And I use this because you usually think of Louisiana when it comes to this and not the Meridian area. But there's more of this than you realize, isn't it, Odie?
And Indiantown, Florida's with us down there. So we've got some Florida people, and y'all probably see this a whole lot more. We've got these in Rivers and lakes around here, but you don't see many of them
This is
going across the street there.
right down from the airport, Highway 11. If you'll look at this is him laying there. He don't want to move.
Y'all come over here and get me.
He's kind of cool there up on the road bed there as he takes a. He ain't want to go anywhere.
Like, what's that going to do?
So, but watch that. I've had it reported to me more than once of alligators laying, gators, however you want to word it, laying in the roadways at night.
And I tell you, you hit one of them dudes, and that's a bump.
Oh, a big bump.
So, yeah, be careful when you're out there. And they're in the general area around the creek by the airport on 11. I think, what is that creek? Hog Nose Creek? Uh-oh.
I don't know.
I'm supposed to know the name of that.
I've walked it before. I do know that, but I couldn't tell you the name of it.
Yeah.
And it was that natural spring back over there past that hill.
Yeah.
We used to have that big hotel in Meridian umpteen dozen years ago.
Way back when.
And I can't remember the name of that either, but that was a big deal. Back when it was stagecoach type things in Meridian.
Yep. Back in the good old days.
Yeah.
Before internet.
Way
But we
before
wouldn't have had a job.
Oh, that's true. I had a chance to go down to Citizens National Bank yesterday. They have a great program that is going on right now with the Meridian Housing Authority Youth Build Program. And they had a big program there, and I got to attend this. And we just want to say congratulations. This was Neil Henry and all the gang there yesterday as they presented certificates to the kids. They taught them about money and all the classes, and it was just a really good deal to learn a little bit about adult life as you're getting ready to what you're going to take. And I really hate that they don't offer a class like that in high school now of what the real world is.
You know, love Dave Ramsey and love how he teaches the money ideal. And he's had, a book out that's all over different schools.
But can you
I wish
follow
we could
him?
have it.
Can you do what he says?
It's tough. You can, but it's tough.
Because like he's real hard on you about spending extra money doing anything, isn't he? You save.
As long as you don't owe. If you don't owe anybody, live like no one else. So later you can live like no one else. So if you don't have any bills, you don't have any debt, you can do what you want. You want to go and do this, you want to go and do that, you can do this. But as long as you've got debt, that's your main concern, paying down your debt. The only debt that Dave Ramsey, I guess you could say, approves of is a mortgage. Other than that, you want a car, go buy a car.
Buy one that's not in debt is what he's saying. And
Yeah.
that's tough this day and time. Very tough to follow.
It really is. And I'm not 100%, with him, but I'm 90.
But he's made a lot of money telling people how not to spend.
It is. And then Fridays is people call in, and it's more of I'm debt free. I did this. I had this kind of debt. I did this, and now I'm debt free. Me and my wife are 25 or 35 or 60 years old. We make $100,000 a year, and we are 100% out of debt. So you can imagine then what you can do.
Freedom. Don't go in debt too bad there. Don't keep up with the Joneses, I think, is the moral of that
and
story.
I think that's the biggest part. Too many people want to keep up with the Joneses, and that's where your trouble comes from.
We did get a note that the two guys are still on American Idol, also from the state of Mississippi. So that's good news as we look at that.
Exactly, North Mississippi. So, boy, we
Holly kind of close to us here.
Yeah, they're North Mississippi, and Holly's from here.
Yeah, there you go.
So
more on the
doing
way
good.
with Scotty Ray and Odie.
Your next Maytag or Whirlpool appliance is waiting on you at All Temp Appliance and Refrigerator. If you've been trying to locate a freezer, stop by and see their big selection of upright and chest freezers, a showroom full of stoves, gas, and electric. Maybe it's a new refrigerator from large double doors to the simplest of refrigerators. Name brand washers and dryers like Speed Queen and Amana. And delivery is available with a great service department to back up what they sell. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and by appointment after hours and weekends.
Summertime has arrived, and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need.
If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Everything starts with a great grill, cookware, and accessories. Add in locally sourced meat and dairy, frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, and daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From animal print coolers to authentic Louis Vuitton purses, we have what you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Have you been hurt on the job? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Know your rights when it comes to the workplace injuries. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
Lots of comments saying that $100,000 doesn't go far these days. It doesn't.
It doesn't. Not when a house that 30 years ago cost you $40,000.
Now it's
$350.
And what would be shocking is you take Mississippi money and go somewhere to like California to where a house is $1 million, and it's just as a small $30,000-$40,000 home that you would see here. It's just $500,000 goes nowhere in California.
You watch some of these shows?
Yeah, and I glance
up there
I'm
going,
like,
"Oh, we're willing to spend $950." I'm like, does that come with a car and a cleaning crew?
It'd have to. A cultural shock for us Mississippians and Alabamians. And a few other states included in that as well. Big thank you. Millie said Mississippi is being represented well in all these talent shows. We truly are. I brought this up as you were sitting getting ready this morning about Yellowstone coming to an end. The 5th season is going to be it from what we understand. Kevin Costner, how will they end this? Will they take him out?
It's going to have to be something good.
Was I wrong in the statement that I made once he became governor of the state that the show kind of changed directions?
I kind of felt that too, because he wasn't
a
hard as what he was, and now he's trying to play power on the government side instead of as a business owner. And now it's focused a lot on his son, not the one that's the attorney general. I just still love it, still like the show, but I'm with you. It kind of went downhill.
Yeah, so it's coming to an end, and some of these, there's 2 other spinoffs on this, and then, of course, that other one, the 6666 Ranch, or however you say it. Is it the 6666 Ranch?
6666.
That's going to be a show. 1840, whatever.
1823.
Yeah, and
Rooster said that was better, and I agree with you, Rooster. I believe that
Tim
one
McGraw
is better.
one?
Yes.
Faith Hill in that
real
one.
Good. Yeah, but there's something else. I think she's using that as an excuse.
His wife, what we're talking about, is filed for divorce after 18 years, saying that, well, he's off spending too much time away from home. And I made the off-the-cuff remark that, well, if you think that's bad, wait till divorce hits.
Well, she
That ain't
married
gonna
him.
Yeah, he's an actor.
And she knew what he did. Well, I want you to stay home. It's not what I do. Plus, she looks pretty high maintenance. So he got to go do some work.
Oh. Let's see here. Christy says you pronounce it the 4-6's Ranch. That may be the proper way to say it there.
That works.
Joey watching us from Stapleton, Alabama this morning.
Joy.
Yeah.
Worked with him years ago, and hope he's doing well.
Yeah, I hope so there. Let's see here. A Warren County man. This is Vicksburg as we start looking around the state of Mississippi. This is awful. You can have disagreements and argue all you want, but setting someone on fire, he's been sentenced to jail for 15 years and 10 to serve out of that for setting someone on fire. Do you remember and I don't remember what become of it. This was a few years ago. It was north of here, maybe the young lady who was burned. Do you remember that?
One here right off the interstate, didn't we?
Something like that.
Down by the asphalt plant.
Horrible. How anyone could.
Somebody got burnt.
I don't understand criminals, but we've got somebody that's going to serve time for doing this.
As a firefighter, that is my worst fear, is burning. And then as a diver, my worst fear is drowning. Is that not crazy?
Well, I have those fears without being either one of them. And heights.
I'm scared of burning, but I'll go up in that house, and I don't want to drown, but yet,
And if
throw
you-
that tank on, I'll go.
Yeah, well, that's called you want to help somebody is what that is, and you put your fears aside to help others. I sometimes don't want to get on the elevator. Glass elevators, let me tell you something, they're not what they're cracked up to be, because then that's making you look at your fear.
Now, that one at the courthouse, it kind of wiggled and shook.
I don't like
You
that.
didn't
No,
really
I
like
didn't.
that
I
too
didn't.
much, did you?
And I have been in a few parking garages where it will stop in between floors, and you go, do I call somebody or wait this out?
Yeah, what's going to happen now?
It's not an easy feeling. And I have yet to ride the 3-foot building because I remember it from a child of it not feeling so hot.
They got new ones now.
Yeah, but that don't make me want to get on it. I still remember the old days. It's like, and I cannot describe it, that fear of, when you put your leg in there to where I just barely want to stick my foot in there to make sure it's not going to drop.
Yeah, just pat on it a little bit.
I can't explain it, y'all.
We call that sounding the floor, so you sound the elevator, huh?
Take that boot.
Yeah.
Some of the fears that you have, but I'm man enough to admit mine, and I ain't scared to ask for directions either. Hinds County. Let's go back towards Jackson, as they were at a juvenile detention center.
Wow.
Ooh, a couple of them jumped on a guard and overpowered him. What do you do to someone like this in this? Do they get more time?
Now it's time to say, okay, you want to play with the big boys, then it's time for you to be up and as an adult.
And they worded it, he was roughed up.
So it's going to take harsh punishment before people realize that you can't do half this stuff. Right now, that's not working.
It doesn't. The timeout sessions are not always the answer.
Timeout.
Is that what we're getting at?
That's pretty much it. Go sit in the corner. Go sit in the corner. I sat in the corner after my butt got tore. Well, let me say this. I stood in the corner because I couldn't sit on my red rear end. And I had no problem. Well, I did at the time, but now I don't. I think that's what kind of helped me.
Make your wife
what's
mad
right.
and see what happens to you.
Won't see her for 3 days.
3 days, no food, no nothing, and you learn to appreciate a whole lot of things.
Till the swelling goes down and that eye pops back up.
She'll get you. A shoe can fly across a room at 90 miles an hour. Scotty Ray and Odie, we do hope your morning is going well for you as we look at today. 7:28 already as we get ready for a bright, sunshiny day. And 85, it's almost, I'm starting to see it more and more, shorts.
Oh, yeah.
I saw the preacher man yesterday, and I said, look, you're just really teasing neighbors with your wife. And he said, what do you mean? I said, she's been out here chopping wood all week. She's been mowing the grass. I said, everybody's jealous.
Yeah, how'd you do it?
Boy, she's a hard worker. So thumbs up on that. We'll be right back. We got so much more to talk about. We'll take care of you here with Scotty Ray and Odie.
Your next Maytag or Whirlpool appliance is waiting.
My mama said I need a truck because this lawnmower's the devil.
Buddy, we can do it!
Need a truck?
We can do it!
Need a van?
We can do it!
Need an SUV?
Buddy, we can do it!
Need some luxury? We've got you there too.
We can do it!
At Interstate Auto, we can do it.
Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian. Jackson Flowers has been a part of the Meridian area for a little over 60 years now. Now, they've moved to a new location on Highway 19 North, just 2 miles north of Walmart. You could be looking for that perfect thinking of you gift, or maybe it's just a happy you need. whether live or artificial, no matter what the need is in your family. Whether it's a birth to your time of need, Jackson Flowers is there for you. Drop in and visit with them again. Highway 19 North, just 2 miles north of Walmart. Jackson Flowers, for all your needs. Welcome back with Scotty Ray and Odie. And as we talk about different things to do for a living, we hear us often talk about MCC construction. That's a trade that's going to be around forever. And if you want to know, and I have to admit this, I am the worst. You know what I can't do?
What's that?
Is read a tape measure. I know quarters and halves and 3/4, but I have to go, it's half inch plus 3 marks. I'm 50.
It works.
I should know. But you can learn that and so much more about how to build and make a living for the rest of your life. And you want to talk about a career change that is truly it. It's a job that will be around forever.
It's definitely. We're all going to have a home. We're all going to have a business to go to. And all this is made possible by construction.
You get into plumbing, air conditioner. If you go back and you look at Mike Rowe of all these folks that he's had on his show, Dirty Jobs, as he has said, almost every one of those guys are millionaires. It all started with them starting their own business. Check it out today at MCC. You can do that. Call to Mike Shirley. Call that number at 484-8863 to get started on your future. I kind of like that.
Man, right here in Meridian.
Yes, sir. Anita, good morning to you. Junction City joining us.
Junction City. There we go. Look at there.
All right.
She's up. I wonder if the sheriff's up too.
Maybe so.
Maybe so.
Let's get on with what happened today. In 1914, he was born. He was a Canadian. He would make his way to the U.S. and, become a singer. And his big hit would change his life would be I'm Moving On. Hank Snow was born on this date.
Back in 49.
As we look at the next thing that happened, Carl Perkins, and we all, before you even think it, we all know that's a wig. There is no way to get around that. Carl Perkins, born in 1932, and of course, he was the beginning of the rock and roll area. He recorded Blue Suede Shoes, but it wouldn't become the major hit that it was until Elvis touched it.
Elvis just had that touch, and when you think of Blue Suede Shoes,
you think of Elvis.
Think of Elvis.
You can't help it. But going back to the wig, I remember watching, you remember Crook and Chase on TNN?
Yeah.
And I remember the night that, what's his name was on there? Oh, and he was doing the rope tricks. And it hit his wig, and he went, phoop. And what do you do on live television when that happens? You got to just keep right on going. It was Pat Boone. That's who it was. Pat Boone. Pat Boone's wig come off. Right there in front of God and everybody.
Well, we ain't going to hide this no more.
You couldn't. It was real obvious what had happened.
Poor fella.
Wigs are more common than you think.
You remember we used to have the wig place in the mall?
Yeah.
What was it, Chick Wig?
Chick Wigs.
Well, you've got to be selling a lot of wigs to stay in business.
Yeah. Hair Queen, they do a lot.
Hair Queen, they sell parts of wigs.
Yes, they do little extensions and things there.
Yeah.
1946, this would probably, it was after Maude, I guess. Maude was probably the first woman on TV that I ever saw that was rough, tough. Is that a good way to describe Maude? She was scary to me because I thought she'd hurt me. And then along come this woman, and she put a little bit of different twist to it. Anybody remember watching Murphy Brown? Candace Bergen, born in 1946 on the stage. She won all kinds of awards for that show, Emmys and so much more.
What's that around her neck?
That's some type of choker.
Yeah, you got that right. That's a choker.
Ladies used to wear, that was a common thing in the past.
Yeah, I remember the small ones or whatever, but I mean, that's
brooches. Wasn't that what that was on? Brooches? Isn't that where you wore your brooch?
Well, no, a brooch goes on the side.
Oh, I thought it went on the neck. I know nothing about fashion.
A collar.
But Candace Bergen, I can remember watching the show, and she was a pretty tough hombre too. She didn't take anything.
Yeah.
And of course, there was Mary Tyler Moore that also probably set the path for all these ladies for these types of shows.
Yep.
As we remember. 1949, Call Me the Piano Man.
I tell you now, I like old Billy Joel.
But it's still rock and roll to me. What else did Billy Joel do? He done a lot of songs, didn't he?
You know, I'm not. If I can hear it, I can sing it.
Billy Joel.
But I can't name it.
But those are the two that always stick out to me. Uptown Girl, What You Doing in Your High Class
World.
Yeah.
See, I figure
Name that tune with Scotty Ray and Odie.
Good morning, Janet. Janet Riddle from Colorado Springs, Colorado.
We are. Millie says Uptown Girl also. There's got to be some more of his, though, that are out there that we just hadn't thought of. 1953, this guy, we all thought growing up in small towns at the edge of town that the world fell off, didn't we?
It was square.
Yeah, can't go any further. We would learn from Hal Ketchum that it was not so. Small Town Saturday Night. He had several other hits, but that would be his big song. He passed away not long ago. Hate to see that.
Ooh, We Didn't Start the Fire. Do you remember that song?
I thought that was Bruce Springsteen. You can't start a fire. Maybe it's a different.
We Didn't Start the Fire.
Oh, okay. What about Billy? What's his name? Fire Lake.
I don't know that one.
Oh, you know what's his name that sang? It was 1963. Bob Seger.
Oh, no.
Fire Lake.
Yeah.
I don't know anything else by it. I am so country. It's a shame.
But at least you can name them.
In 1960, a girl from Kentucky would record a song called The Pill, and it would send shockwaves across America. Is she talking about what I think she's talking about?
Gotta be.
Well, it was this day in 1960 that the FDA approved that little round thing there.
Yeah, they used to prescribe them to the women in nursing homes. No, I mean, I don't have a joke for that.
I thought you did there for a minute. I was going to go.
I was just reminiscing back to that other one.
I was looking for an exit out. 1968, one of the greatest that ever got behind a microphone when we record a song. And this is what makes these songs so good, is because everybody has a mama. And as we go back, Merle Haggard recorded Mama Tried. Whew, what a song it was. And if you've never heard that, I urge you to look that up on YouTube today and take a listen to that. It really is a life changer there, knowing where you come from. I like that.
Some of these people, you can't blame their mama how they turned out. Some of these people, you can blame their mama how they turned out.
A lot of times you'll have a family, you'll have 3 kids, and there's one you go, what happened?
Where'd you come from?
Are you kin to those other 2?
Yeah.
You can't be explained.
Yep.
But Mama tried. And then Johnny Paycheck picked it up from there with The Only Hell My Mom Ever Raised. Kind of fit
Another
in with
good
that
song, yeah.
And another liquor store went down. Let's go back to Bewitched. Y'all remember this?
Oh, yeah.
1968, she would pass away, Aunt Clara.
Never could get the spell right.
No,
she stuttered right through it, and something else would happen.
She was very confused, wasn't she?
All the time.
But she was a hoot.
She was.
She was always, as you said, messing up that spell and bringing people back that wasn't supposed to be. I remember when George Washington got brought back.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
And he wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Cute. I hate to admit this, but I have never watched this show, but I know it was huge. People have talked about it all my life. Jackie Gleason, the last episode of The Honeymooners aired in 1971.
It was, and I've watched quite a few of them. I like Jackie Gleason, but a lot of this, I think the majority of that was due of him and his drinking problem, that it didn't continue on. But yeah, Jackie was funny, and that was a good show. But 51 to 57, back then, 6 years. That might have been a pretty long time.
Yeah. Steve has given us some more songs. I Love You Just the Way You Are. I remember that by Billy Joel.
The Innocent Man.
The Longest Time. For the longest time.
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding us of that.
Yeah, see, we got smart people that's
is that a song?
Paying attention to us.
How Sweet It Is. Is that also a Billy Joel song?
Yeah. How sweet it is to me. Something like that.
You sure it's Billy Joel?
No, but I know the song. I don't know who sung it.
1981. Let's go back to TV Guide. Oh, it was the Ewing brothers, Bobby and JR, as they graced the page of that. That was big back in the 80s, and I think most of y'all remember. We would come to an era when it would all end tonight. 1981 was the year, and we would hate to give it up.
Oh, and this was something that you hated to know, and that's the last episode of BJ and the Bear.
I love that show. It was Greg Evigan was the truck driver, and he drove across America delivering his little products there. I mean, it's pretty common to have a red and white 18-wheeler like that, isn't it?
Yeah, then that snub nose.
Yep. You don't see those much anymore.
Not really.
See more
Not at all.
long nose.
Piano Man. Now, why didn't I think? I love
Play me a song.
piano.
I'm the piano man.
Yeah. They all came here to see me.
That's right.
But man,
I was trying to remember the next word, but I'm going blank. 1992. What you got?
to the moon. That's not a song. That's a Jackie Gleason
Loved.
comment. That's right.
Oh, there you go. There. Cab. All right, as we look at this, 1992, the end of another show, and this is still played today. You would almost think that it's still on the air. And I got to get, whoever came up with this idea, it was really, really good because it is perfect. The Golden Girls, the last show aired in 1992. Can you believe it has been that long ago?
Wow. That was, and it's still watch it today is funny.
It is. Mama. I mean, and you can actually understand of four ladies that are having a hard time making it on their own, all pooling together to live in a house so that they can make it with their bills. You see that.
And why not? That's not a bad idea. You still want to be on your own. You still want to have the freedoms, but...
Right. The younger version of that was Three's Company.
Yeah. Kind of lucky.
1989, we would lose one of the greatest that ever stood behind a microphone. He would die from alcohol poisoning. It was a 3-day binge that, well, he didn't quite get over. Who am I talking about? Keith Whitley. I'm no stranger to the rain. Miami, Miami. Keith would die on this day in 1989, and it would shock the country music industry that Keith passed away.
Wow.
Do you remember this movie?
I do.
Men just, no matter how you slice it, are just not good at this.
No, and not the best.
Daddy daycare.
But, you know, Mama got a better job. Mama making more money.
Do you know what my biggest fear was when our children were kids?
What's that?
Feeding time. Oh my heavens! You know when you got to do the pat. I was in a frantic. I don't know what to do. Please never pass me a baby that's eating. Even my own, I didn't know what. My heart was just like, I'm responsible now. What do I do? Do you remember those days?
Well, I just fed them. Okay. Here, you're going to feed. I didn't care what the doctor said. You're going to get this and you're going to get that. My baby don't sleep all night because you ain't feeding your baby. Well, it's only...
There ain't no telling what your kids ate.
I got Braylon. He was 6 months old, gnawing on a rib bone.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
2017, somebody got fired today. Whoop, who was it?
And now he's crying and writing a book because he don't have his way.
James Comey had to leave his post from the FBI. Another gentleman passed away today, and it would be Tutti Frutti.
Oh, yeah.
Little Richard passed away on this date, and the more I read about him, the more I hate that I read that article.
You really didn't miss nothing after all, did you?
Man, his swoop. Do not read biographies about all of that, what he used to do. I'm like, holy smoke.
That should be a dead giveaway.
Oh, boy. He was different. We'll leave it at that. Good morning. Scotty Ray and Odie trying to bring a smile to your face. We'll be right back.
What drives us may be different, but what we share is the pursuit. Whether taking on the job site or your own backyard, let the pursuit of the perfect cut begin. Steel's zero-turn mowers are here. Real Steel. Find yours.
Need an expert to repair a rock peck or cracked windshield? Call Advanced Auto Glass by Joey for quality workmanship and customer service. Convenient same-day service, as well as in-house calibration for vehicle safety systems. Reliable mobile service is available in Clark, Kemper, Neshoba, Lauderdale, and Newton counties for all cars, trucks, and heavy equipment. Book your appointment today for custom tinting. It can reduce temps, fading, glare, and more. Improve the safety and enhance the appearance of your vehicle today with services from Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
If you're building or remodeling your home and finally getting around to that to-do list, before you spend your hard-earned money anywhere else, do yourself and your pocketbook a favor and check out the huge selection available at Southern Pipe and Supply. They have a large showroom on Highway 39 North in Meridian. You can check out the large selection of tubs, showers, sinks, and faucets. Southern Pipe for all of your heating and air conditioning system upgrades, along with standby generators in preparation for storm season. And we're local, Southern Pipe and Supply.
Spring is in the air at the Neshoba County Co-op, located at 338 West Main Street, downtown Philadelphia. If you're looking for that perfect flower for your home or getting ready for a garden, whether it's butter beans, peas, or tomatoes, they've got it all there. The fishing calendar says it's great at the Neshoba County Co-op, whether you're bass fishing or if you're out for crappie. From new rod and reels to getting the exact lure, or maybe that worm that you're hunting. Grab a pole and go fishing today. And let's not forget about turkey season. And remember, all roads lead to the Neshoba County Co-op. You know, as we talk about homes, we brought that up a while ago, what a great investment it is. Buy your own home today. Talk to our friends at Snowden & Company. You'll find them right here in Meridian, and they have the keys to your future. And that's what it is, one of the biggest investments you'll ever make. And new to it, Jeremy, too, has joined them along with their great sales staff. Visit with them. As we've looked at these houses all around, it changes daily. And you can visit them online at snowdenrealestate.com. Take a look at the different homes that they have to offer. They'll show you, be glad to take you in person. They'll fill out all the paperwork, show you exactly, and tell you what you're signing. A lot of that language is kind of tough to read.
Oh, yeah, and that legal stuff. And let the professionals do that. You give them a wish list. Let them find the home. Let them do the paperwork. And all you do is sit back, move in, and enjoy the rest of your life.
They close a lot of these. Now, they'll be open on Saturday by appointment only and closed on Sunday to go to church. See Amanda, any of her friendly staff. They'll take care of you when it comes to getting that home. There they are. Call them at 453-3937. Great folks. They're hometown folks. You probably go to church with one or two of them.
That's right.
I bump into Amanda a lot. Good morning to you as we start this day. So fast it's going by. As we look at, we had a judge pass away over in Hinds County. Loretta Cooper Stokes has passed away at the age of 64. Some medical issues there. We hate to see any judge that is passed away, so we pass along condolences on that as well. Tupelo, man, this is becoming quite a problem. Cyber stalking. He's been arrested for what he did.
Well, you know, and that's just as bad. You see now with some of these kids even had suicide because of the bullying that was going on online and on social media.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that had anything to do with social media, but cyberbullying, cyber stalking, I hate to see it, but that's the new day and time we live in.
Our next story, as we look around headlines across the state of Mississippi, your mama told you to come home early. There's a reason why. As we go to our first headline, let's look at Natchez, Mississippi. 2 people killed in a nightclub after hours. Wait a minute. Let's go to the next story here, Odie. 4 people shot in a Vicksburg nightclub.
Y'all going to the wrong place to
What
party.
does it tell you? Nightclubs late at night is probably not 2 a.m., 3 a.m. is not the place to be.
Nothing good happens after the dark. I heard that 10,000 times.
Did your mama tell you that?
Oh, yeah. Daddy did too.
It's a lot of truth to all that. People get in arguments, and the next thing you know, it's more and more going on that doesn't work out too well.
That's terrible. Prayers for everybody involved with that.
We don't know all of the details of this, but we look at job-wise in the state of Mississippi, and we go to the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Memorial Hospital laying off 100 people.
You know, that's a lot for a hospital,
It is.
100 folks.
You know, we've had a lot of trouble here over the since COVID hit of the rural hospitals being able to keep staff. And that is a big concern as we move forward, because Mississippi, Alabama as well, if you're watching from that side, is mostly the rural route, your smaller hospitals.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you don't have the big hospitals. You know, we've got them in Jackson. We've got them here, Tupelo.
But your smaller towns like Macon, Mississippi.
Small hospitals.
With small hospital equipment. Also DeKalb. We need to keep all of these places open.
Well, we lost the one in Newton. And it wasn't open all that long. What did we have? 10 years or so out of this hospital, and it's sitting there vacant now.
Used to see it in the heat of the night. Newton, Mississippi.
That's right.
Well, I sure missed that show.
Man.
But as ways go, and I think they're trying to raise money and allocate money to keep these places open across the state.
We need that. We really do.
Boy, it really looks bad when you had a great weekend. You show back to work up on Monday, and you're a cop, and you have to admit to the rest of them, whoops, me and my wife got arrested. Waveland, Mississippi, the assistant police chief and his wife were arrested.
Boss, I got something to tell you, sir.
How do you get over that?
Oh, yeah.
And I read the article, and I'm just as confused as the police officers were, the son-in-laws and all that were involved in this, and the arguments that went on. At the end of the day, 2 of them were arrested.
Can't be good.
No, it cannot. We look to South Mississippi as we go down to Purvis, Mississippi. Quadruplets were born in the state of Mississippi.
You know, Amy had twins.
Can you imagine more?
No. 2 would be enough.
That John and Kate plus 25 always scared me.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to him? Did he finally just fall off face? Because that woman was mean. I don't care what y'all say. She was mean.
Now, he wasn't the one that went to jail, was he?
Maybe later. I don't know. But, you know, he up and left one day.
One of those went to jail for, was it child abuse? Somebody knows about that. I can't remember what it was, but one of those, and it may not be that show, it may be one just like it. But yeah, something happened. He kind of went down the wrong path.
Yeah, she may have caught him. I can't speculate, but it didn't turn out well for him.
Yeah,
at all.
Good.
John and Kate plus 8. Boy, that was a day gone by there.
Oh yeah, you got child support. I got what?
Brandon, Mississippi. Y'all get ready for this as we get more from the hometown guy Hardy.
Yeah,
getting ready to head over to the amphitheater this fall. Neshoba County, y'all be ready. October is when it will be. If you hadn't got tickets for that and you love you some Hardy, that's the place to go.
Oh, it's sad that we couldn't have got amphitheater here.
I'm telling you, that would have really changed Meridian. Crossroads to everywhere. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name's Kenneth Graham, and I'm running for coroner of Lauderdale County. For over 50 years, Lauderdale County's been represented by professional and competent coroners. I would like to continue that tradition. Over the next several months, I want to educate the public on what the coroner does and dispel any myths about the coroner job. I can show you that I will be the most professional coroner there is. So please vote for me August the 8th.
Paid for by the Committee for the Election of Kenneth Graham. As we say a lot, who you going to call? Chet's Paint and Body. Chet really does a fine job on your car should you have a mishap where there's a major or minor little dent. Chet can take care of that for you there. This is just an example of a few cars. A handshake is what it's all about. Simplicity. That's what they do there. They'll get your car back to you as quickly as they can, whether somebody ran a red light, backed into you, maybe you backed over the mailbox. Things do happen. From a dent to a scratch, they do all of this. Again, located right there in the curve in Center Hill. Drop in, Highway 495. This is what the office looks like. Here's right there's the office. Pull up to the front door. They'll take care of you from there. Get you an estimate. Get you well on your way. And again, honest, hard-working fellow is what he is.
Yes, he is. So we got some good news for all you folks out there in Causeyville.
And what's that?
The purge is over. The gas has been evacuated from that line, so no more loud noise, no more gas smell too much. There'll be a little bit because they will continue to work on this line, but the purge itself is through.
That's good news.
Yes.
Now, don't forget, you've got a class coming up tonight that's going to be taught. We need to talk about that a second. Out at MCC?
Out at MCC Workforce Development, right there, the old Walmart on Highway 19, starting at 7 o'clock, so get there a little early. We're going to talk about rip currents, the dangers of rip currents, what a rip current is, how to spot a rip current, things you can do here before you go to help you with swimming. Everybody's used to going to a reservoir or swimming in a swimming pool, and that's different than an ocean. But we're going to teach about what to look for and how to keep your vacation safe and memorable on the good side. A lot of people go to Orange Beach, Fort Morgan, Gulf Shores every year from our area, and we lose a lot of people every year to this type of activity, the rip currents. And so far this year in the United States, which is all Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, 30 people have died and drowned in our waters. 28 of those is due to rip currents.
Wow.
So come to this class tonight. It's free. It's for everybody. If you've got kids, bring your kids. Come to this event to learn what to do, what to look for. You're not going to regret it. I promise you that. Brought to you by Lauderdale Emergency Management, partnering with Baldwin County Emergency Management down in Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, and Fort Morgan, and our good friends at MCC for standing with us again.
Oh, appreciate that. We'll be there tonight to check all that out. I hope you will also. A sport that doesn't quite get rodeoing, as we know, is a huge sport in America, but sometimes you don't realize, and I remember last summer seeing a statistic of a young lady that was like 16 that died. We learned that another 15-year-old last week died when her horse fell on her. And they're saying that this could be one of the fastest growing, deadliest sports there is from, well, horses falling on people and injuring and people losing their life. Wow.
I did. I showed horses for a few years and did barrels and poles and had a good time.
We often hear about, and I'm going to show you a picture before we get out of here. We hadn't got long. Let me see how much time we got here. Why does Taylor Swift have trouble keeping men? Maybe it's her choice of men. If you pick somebody that may have a past of, well, done things they shouldn't have. Let's look at her new boyfriend here. Let's go to Daily Mail and just take a quick look. There he is. What are the odds of that relationship working out? Now, you hate to judge a book by the cover, but as the story goes, he's been to rehab a few times, and she thinks she's going to fix him. She goes from one man to the next, doesn't she?
Well, every time she gets with somebody and breaks up, she has a #1 song. She's got a Grammy Award, so I think that's what she's after.
Maybe he'll get her name tattooed on him. He's got a bunch of them.
Yeah, what is it?
The band 1975 or something. I've never heard of them, but that's her latest flame. Elvis sang a song about that one. I do know that one. And Marie's the name of his latest flame. We want to say thank you. Odie, you going to let us get out of here?
Yeah, I mean, here we are again. It's Tuesday. We'll be back tomorrow in 23 hours. Join us for the fastest hour in TV. We love you. Be safe. See you tonight at MCC.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: